what's going on? Happy 1111, because today's the day, and it's fun, and it's the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm making stuff. And I'm sitting here having a good time. Went to DiMaggio's and got pizza and got some furniture with Grace, and I got some furniture up here, and we're going through stuff. We're selling stuff. Who needs anything cool? I got cool stuff for sale. I have a leather suitcase. I have a Sopranos trivia game, which I'm sort of thinking I might want to keep, and we could play Sopranos trivia here. I thought that might be kind of fun. But and I'm so loud. Lower the volume. Who's here? Let me guess. I could have guessed without even looking. Hello, William D. Hello, Julie Luce. What's going on? And Patty too. And Julie Luce. Hey, and Patty too. Ooh, and William D. And one more. Is that Grace? You see kombucha? I know. I just got it. I don't know. It's California citrus. Have to pop it. I might put some of my chaga in. Chaga and kombucha. Of course, Jenna. Of course you would drink chaga and kombucha together. And some tequila, maybe.
Maybe you shouldn't have tapped it on the bottom.
Oh, no, you have to. That's the way it enlivens it.
I do that.
It enlivens it. I like it. I enliven it that way, and it's all good in the hood. My friend Joe Velez is here right now, you guys. Joe's in the house. He opens things for me. Carries things, opens things. What did we do today? You carried some furniture for Grace.
We buried a body. Oh, am I not supposed to talk about that?
We're talking about the body part tonight.
I thought we were all friends here.
Not right now. Well, there's 6 of us here, so I don't know. You want to, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the house. Bradley Stone, how come you didn't come on my show last night? I was waiting for you. Jump on. I cut my finger yesterday and I just hit it really hard. That was your finger. Hey, Jill.
Why do I want to crowd you?
Well, it's kind of crowded up here.
I wanted to be your Ed McMahon out of the frame going, ho, 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 ho. That's correct, sir.
And my cousin Armando goes, you're the one, Jenna, you're the one. You can, yeah, I can do this. I can turn things a little bit. Things are a little bit in creative. Awesome day, night, morning, long show. Blanche was kicking it. Blanche was having a blast last night. Oh my God.
You can move in a little bit because you're like main frame. I'm just the edges.
I'm fine.
It's your
Rob,
world.
Morocco, you guys, Rob, will you please come on here, please? Can you please come on the show? You guys, it's community night. Who wants to jump on? Jump. Hey, Francisca.
Apache, jump on it.
Who's that?
Sugar Hill Gang, I think.
Oh, Sugar Hill Gang. Rob, Morocco, please, will you please? Carol, please. Carol, you don't have to. I understand. I just sit here every day and look at my little baskets, and I get so happy. They're like sweet little acorns. Everything's sort of in flux up here. I moved a piece of furniture up here thinking that I was going to use it as my studio space. And then I started filling it with all my vitamins and supplements and stuff. And I went, well, I'll just do my studio space right here where I do the cooking shows. Tomorrow, I think I might make something on the show. Maybe I'll make cornbread. Tell them your recipe for cornbread.
Oh, it's not my recipe. It's just something that was passed on to me by baking elders many moons ago. They said, Joseph, get a box of Jiffy cornbread mix and then mix it with a box of Duncan Hines yellow cake mix. And then the angels sang, and it shone down upon my baking pan. And there was delicious cakey cornbread.
He likes sweetened cornbread, which I get. I just can't do the Duncan Hines thing. But
well, you could use any I just, that's what
I put
use.
yogurt in mine. And hey, Lynette, we missed you yesterday. I put a little yogurt in sometimes, or some kefir, and I put in strange stuff.
I've never tried a yogurt. That would be interesting.
Happy birthday, Lynn. Happy birthday, Lynn. Happy birthday,
Cheers.
Lynn. What are you drinking?
Underwood Rose Bubbles, Oregon grown.
No, but I wanted you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's drinking wine. I got kombucha going on. What are you guys drinking? Ah, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Morocco. Hey, everybody. Zoe! So, hi there.
Hi. You guys didn't get tired of my mug from yesterday?
You were so cool. People today were like, oh my God. And when Rob did the beach, and then when Rob, and I go, I know. I mean, there were so many. When Mark Rosenthal started the show with me at 8:30 in the morning, Kevin, and then Mark, I just knew it was just going to be, I thought, if the rest of the day is this cool, I have nothing to worry about.
Wow.
And it exceeded every, I didn't even have any expectations. I just wanted to make sure it was fun and there were people there. And at points there were 20 plus people there, which was very April 2020. Look at, she's like, I want to be by my dad.
She does. She's crazy.
And so she's on the top of the couch. Lillian does that.
Yep, she stays on the couch. If there's a hockey game on, for here it's mostly hockey. And if I start cussing, not quite like Patty, but close, she immediately hides behind Carol's head because she thinks I'm upset. So I have to be careful not to scream when a goal happens and try to do this kind of calm thing. But yeah, no, yesterday was fantastic. I was blown away with karaoke. It was karaoke. Incredible. That's why, like I say, as a participant, it was great to be able to watch everybody and the cast of characters. But
Fusion was awesome.
Yeah, it was
Fusion was great. I saw part of it, but Fusion was great. But I have to tell you, the roller coaster was just, I'm going to offer you an award for right now. I have to get you an official award, but this right here is the first official Jemmy Bob Morocco.
Oh my God.
Bob Morocco, this award goes to you right here.
Jenny.
It's just, you were, like you're sitting in that, was it comfortable? And you're like, oh, this is the part that used to scare Steph. And I had so much going on at the time that people are texting me and I'm watching and I'm like, oh my God, he's riding around.
Was that in the mall?
That was in the mall. I wanted him to go on that big, scary roller coaster. You said that's the one ride on that thing?
Yeah. Well, that's a tough one, but even this little one, I told the conductor.
Even the little one.
Yeah, I told the conductor, I said, I'm from the Alberta Safety Inspections Board, and they looked at me, and then someone else was looking, and then I got in, and I remember when I used to take steps there, my feet would barely fit, and then they said we have to put this little chain. The little chain was like at my ankles. If I fell over, I mean, I'm over that thing. But the part that you guys didn't see was the people that were walking around with kids, they all stopped and they kind of, their heads followed me like, why is this guy in the front of the train all by himself?
Was there anybody else on the train when you rode it?
It was full. It was full
really?
behind me. Yep. It was all the way back. I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, and that's like I say, and all these, husbands or mothers that were taking pictures as the train goes by, they all just stared at me thinking, what the heck? That's what I was thinking. I was hoping I was going to see, someone that I knew being born and raised here. That's a regular event, that they would just think, man, that guy's really sunk. He's taking trains at West Edmonton Mall during the day.
He thinks he's going somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
I got a question because I came in halfway through the mall thing. Apparently, what's the story with the ship in the mall?
So they built it's kind of this lagoon lake. It's I can't remember how many gallons and all that stuff, but I think it's about a couple hundred yards long, this lake. Yeah, and it is 20 some odd feet deep, and it goes underneath the mall as well. There's these
Yeah,
penguins and animals, but the ship is a replica of the I can't remember if it's the Pinta or the Santa Maria that Christopher Columbus sailed across. So it's a scale replica,
wow.
exactly the same. And so when you look at it, I'm always amazed since that thing's been there, since the 80s. But I look at it and I think, God, these people came across the ocean, on that ship,
They are
with
family. You never
yeah,
know.
That's
yeah, for sure.
that's
Um, but so it's there. They have weddings on it right now. People can walk on the ship if they have gifts for Santa's Anonymous. Our Thanksgiving is much earlier in October, because right now, even if you had a turkey, it'd be frozen outside. But it's so it's all Christmas. Everything's Christmas right now this way, right? And so you can drop gifts off, and like I say, it's crazy, the small, but it's designed when it's really cold as it is now. You go in there and that's that, right? You park, and it's miles long, or I won't say miles long, but it's the world's largest parking lot. It's which is amazing compared to Disneyland, right? But it's also got a full size, like 10-12 story hotel with themed rooms. It's got a full size NHL arena and this giant lake where you
That
can
arena, that skating, that ice skating arena.
skating
That's
like that.
do they do Olympic training there?
Everything is there. It's an NHL size hockey rink. So, like I say, the Edmonton Oilers will practice there because, of course, you can't play. Not enough people can watch, but they have huge hockey tournaments. They've got skating things, figure skating, you name it. It's all there, right? So,
I've heard of the
yeah.
parking lot. Oddly
What's that?
enough, oddly enough, I've heard of the parking lot
Oh, the parking.
because I autocross and we always are on the lookout for really big parking lots because autocross you're racing up through cones.
Oh,
And
for
you,
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
I did a
so
lot of I did a lot of PAX racing myself over the many years, through cones and timings, at usually at airport tracks, or we have a military base. It's only about 4 or 5 miles from here. It's a land forces base. It used to be an air base, and so they have this 3 mile. It's the third emergency shuttle landing place. So if a shuttle was having problems and ended up in this part of the country, it could land there. With it has a sufficient length of. So we would set up the same thing, the cones, and go ahead and do racing for years that way. So
yeah, but I was doing a search locally in the Chicago. I'm from the Chicago area, so
okay, cool.
I was doing a search for big parking lots because we have a big one right now, but it never hurts to have an alternate just in case. And just I searched big parking lots, and that one came up.
Yeah, because we're only about 1,600 miles away from you guys, right?
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
Hey, but yeah, come here, and lots of things like that from a club standpoint, and that's a huge thing for me. I love it. It was, like I say, just a passion for me to try to beat that time. And some guys would have some pretty wild cars, and then you get a few guys with their Miatas that, like, a Cookie Marenko has one, and they would kill us. So
Cookie has a Miata.
Cookie has Miata.
I knew I liked her for some reason.
there you go.
What is yours? Is like a something.
Mine's a 2016.
That's
It's
pretty wild.
souped up.
No, it's just dressed pretty. That's all.
Speaking of souped up, look who left their glasses. She left her glasses here. She didn't leave the cool pair. I wanted her to leave the pink pair, but she left her
Yeah.
glasses.
You don't look like her though. I don't know. Like, Blanche just looks different. So,
No.
although last night I noticed your partner in crime, Melanie, had the same glasses more or less.
I know. That was
So,
really funny. I saw the same thing. Yeah.
You need some big boots to do a sort of an Elton John tribute.
I have some boots. Well, Blanche has a whole thing about Elton, but I was watching the show today and I watched Blanche and Melanie, and there were times where Melanie was just about to crack up and she was really holding it together. And then Blanche was, I'm like, one of them's just about to lose it because Melanie's sitting there like trying not to laugh. But I'm telling you what, that the roller coaster, it was roller coaster, fusion, Melanie. I'm going, who wins the award? Who wins the award for the coolest part of the show? And then I thought about it in the afternoon, the fun things. Oh, I know these. Well, these are Blanche's shades, so I'm gonna. You like them?
Cool.
Yeah, these are Blanche's, but they go with my. This is my dad's flannel shirt.
Nice.
But there was just everything about it was great. I loved it. I
I,
went
I,
set up today for a few things, but
yeah, I needed those glasses when I was on the train so nobody would recognize me. But
I bet you're gonna hear from someone. They're gonna go, Rob, were you at the mall yesterday or 2 days ago? Or
I guarantee
I
you.
wonder if they heard you. They saw you on the train, the roller coaster, the kiddie train.
Yeah. And Steph gave me heck. She thought there was 3 roller coasters there, but the one that Carol screamed the whole time, it wasn't the big one. You actually hid your head in the car and were upset because they did it a second time. But and it pulls like like you'd probably feel that in your Miata when you're doing some high speed corners. So then they had a medium one, which was an oddball one. So Steph thought I should have went on that one, that I should have went for it. Because as soon as I told her I was on that train, she was like, "What?" So
Yeah, but you were holding your phone, right?
yes, the whole
Yeah, you
time.
don't want to do anything too aggressive because then the phone just goes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. On the other roller coasters, gonzo, especially the we have it's 10, I think it's 10 stories, is it, Carol? The
Oh,
something like that. But the one,
like you're going up for 10
yeah,
stories? No.
it goes up and it's insane. And because it's in a mall, it's got so much tight speeds and windings that about 8 or 9 years ago, for real, or was it longer? Yeah, maybe it was 20 years ago actually. The car had went up and did its spin and came off the track. And I think it was how many people died? Was it six? Five or six? 5 or 6 people died because they went all the way to the bottom, and other people were hanging. So yeah, that's why
We're
it's
hanging?
kind of.
Wait, what? Hanging?
Some people were hanging like at
So
the
if I
very high.
Googled this Edmonton roller coaster disaster, it would be on there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Put a West Edmonton Mall roller coaster
William,
disaster.
can you do that? West
Yeah,
Edmonton Mall roller coaster disaster.
yeah, could have been. I can't remember when.
Oh,
Might have been 80.
Grace got
Could
it.
have been in the 85s, 86, something like that. But yeah, since then it's got this death thing. But they made sure the safety was up to speed. Yeah, I know everybody's kind of.
Do people
Yeah.
go now?
Oh yeah, it'll be full. Like if I was there tomorrow, not tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, but on Saturday, and as the vacation times come up, like for the holidays, that place will be just full. COVID again, was shut down for a while, but before that, it was just like I say,
Can you
massive. So,
please explain the bracelet again?
so what they did is they look at an app that I have on the phone, like you guys probably have a QR code, and the QR code.
Clear code.
Yeah, the QR code will show, and it's mandatory. They will show that you're fully vaccinated, not even partial vaccinated. And then once they confirm that, then they physically want to see your ID. So your ID must match the government QR code and your name. And at that point, then they issued me a green band that allowed me to sit down or go to the stores and check. So, and very religious. I mean, the guy was there for 5 minutes looking at my driver's license, making sure that everything was fine and connecting. And these are security people, not, mall employees and stuff like that. But
That's up to you.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
We froze. So is that that's so Hunger Games. But then so you have to be fully vaxxed and masked. to go anywhere in the mall?
Anywhere. So the rules are in Edmonton, every store, every public place, no stores can open unless they adopt the checking for ID and the QR code. You can't open. You have to file. You have to put an application in to be allowed to open, which then the government registers you, and you must check for ID, and everybody must be masked. Period.
Okay.
You get the odd, like in that mall. I didn't take you down the mall, but when I walked from area to area, it was quite full, and I maybe saw one, maybe two people out of a couple thousand that didn't have their mask on. Maybe they pulled it down, maybe they were talking, forgot, like I did a couple times. I was walking and I was like, oh, I don't have my mask. But yeah, they're pretty strict. We're dropping, and today they started booking children from 5 to 12. I think 40,000 signed up in Edmonton this morning for the shots, because we're still having 10. Like yesterday, we had 10 deaths.
Michigan is the number one state right now, the highest state.
And I think Carol had posted a new variant that they're nervous about. It may not be something, because sometimes when they mutate, they also mutate to the point that they can't get people ill, and so, but they're not sure, so they're watching it very, very carefully. And again, it's just one of those things. So in Alberta was very bad. It was kind of the Michigan for sure of Canada, and but it's slowly getting better, slowly. But yeah, it's just they're just tired of it. We've been on lockdown for a long time, right? So they're doing this to prevent it, but yeah, it was good. Everybody, I don't see people fighting it anymore. No one, argues about the mask, and actually prefer it.
I've been wearing masks for so many years. I will continue to wear them.
Can I ask a silly question that Jenna might punch me for? Do they do those restrictions in the gentlemen's clubs?
You know what? Well, the women have to wear masks. No, just kidding.
That's because they're ugly.
That's it. No, you know what? Carol and I drive by, about 2 or 3 miles on one of the roads. There was like the Hells Angels owns one club, and it's not open. I don't know even if they're open, and if they are, nobody's going to these things, right? So
I have to say, when I was in Victoria, was I in Victoria? I was in Victoria, but I was somewhere
in British Columbia.
Yes, years ago on tour, and we did a gig, and we did the sound check. I was in a band with 20 people, and we did the sound check, and it was 20 people. 3 of us were women, and the other 2 women were in the string section, and so they were inside, and I was walking back to the hotel, and I met like 6 or 7 gorgeous prostitutes. I'm saying, like, outstanding, beautiful women, and I invited them all to the show that night. I put them on the list.
Do you remember what street you were on?
In Victoria. It was a pretty well-known street, like later, but they came to the show, and so these 6 women are, dancing right in front of me, and the guys in the band are like,
oh my God.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, hey Sabrina, hey Reva, and I'm still in touch with a couple of them. Gorgeous. So anyway, we would say that they were gorgeous, masked or not, and that was 25 years ago. So they're still, I'm sure, Rocket. You just got really quiet, Rob Marocco.
I did. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's my finger that goes underneath the microphone.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, no, Victoria is it's probably one of the nicest city Carol and I love to visit. We go there all the time. We've looked at moving there as well, but we'll prefer like off on an island, like Salt Spring is where we're kind of targeting, which is Joni Mitchell lives there. Randy Bachman from BTO and a bunch of other people.
Oh, wow.
They're mostly electric vehicles, only allowed on the island. There's co-ops and farms and all that kind of stuff.
Tell me about that place. You said that's where I would want to live, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's peaceful, quiet, and it's on the Gulf Island. So that's
Only
the best.
electric cars, the whole island. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's a small island, but yeah, it's you know, it's just it's kind of this little picturesque, normal, peaceful little island. You need to get to it from a ferry from Victoria or from the mainland, but it's just that peaceful, kind of thing. And the weather's good. Rarely ever see snow, and it's not cold. It's even more milder than Seattle's weather, right?
What's
Is
it called
what we
again?
would think. Salt Spring Island.
Aren't they getting a lot of rain out there now?
It's
Yeah.
disaster. This is the climate
Oh,
change.
that's
Yeah, the climate change is brutal. So they had flash floods and huge rain. That's the main highways, like even to Alberta, where we are. They're wiped out. They think they found 5 people that were submerged under the mud, and another. They call it. What do they call it? An atmospheric river. So a second atmospheric river is coming to hit them again. Newfoundland on the Atlantic side just lost roads that collapsed because of heavy rain. So yeah, stuff that we've never seen before. From this poor place burnt to a crisp in the summer, and now they're having this massive, once in 100-year type rain, one after another. So
in order for a family of 4 to make a comfortable living on Salt Spring Island, both adults need to be making at least $20.95 per hour. That's the conclusion of a living wage report, and that's 2018.
yeah, which is not bad considering it's kind of like the real estate isn't cheap in Victoria. When Carol and I got married, we went there for our honeymoon. We chose that place, Victoria, which is close by. And the houses weren't that expensive, like, very equivalent to here. And now they're Seattle, kind of San Francisco style. The priciness way up. But people there, they have their own gardens. They're doing herbs, farmer markets. So it's a whole different culture, right? It's like an escape, just about. But
There are bears on the island.
oh yeah, cougars, yeah. Well, Joni's too old to be a cougar. I mean, yeah.
And there are snakes. It's
Yeah,
6 species of native reptiles, including one kind of lizard, and 4 kinds of snakes, and 1 kind of turtle.
but there wouldn't be rattlesnakes there. I don't. In Even here in Alberta, which is Texas size, and I'm in the middle of it, so I'm about 400 miles north of the Montana border, let's say. And there is little garden snakes or garter snakes, tiny amount of rattlesnakes at the border of Montana, but that's it. I mean, I've seen a snake once in my life. There's no lizards here.
Lethbridge has them.
Yeah, which is just by the border, right? But yeah, we don't see any. There's no raccoons up our way. We well, they're starting to get caught on these cams because the city has these cams, and we have a huge river valley park, but and they're starting to see raccoons, which is another thing with this climate change, right? It's never, I've in all my life here, that's just 61 years now, and or Carol, we have never seen a raccoon in Alberta ever, and now they're starting to appear a little bit. So it's the cold weather that they,
And
it gets pretty
they'll
brutal.
just come right up and say, "Well, yo, what's up?" They'll do it.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at Salt Spring Island.
Have you seen orcas when you've gone out to BC?
all the time, all the time. I actually, Carol has and Stephanie are very worried about, the up and down boats and stuff. And I wanted them desperately to go out and see whales. So I actually had to rent the entire boat and went with the guide one year. I just said, oh, forget it. We'll go broke. But so we took the entire thing and went out, because the problem was any of the charter boats say it's a minimum 3 hours. And I said, what happens if, they're going to throw up and get sick? And they said, you're out there for 3 hours. We're not coming back. And when you go with groups of people or whatever. So it's just me, her, and Stephanie, my wife and Stephanie. And so this guy took us out, and we had the orcas, killer whales, jumping 15, 20 feet from us, full breach, complete,
Wow.
filmed and everything all around. and one had a baby. I remember that as well. So I've been a few times seeing that. And then we go to Vancouver Island. Of course, Victoria is just a stop. There's a bit of a drug problem in Victoria, just one of the things. But if you go up the island into these little places, it's like paradise. Where I would love to live is Tofino is probably the paradise. So on the island, Tofino with a T. You're in a different world. It's so beautiful. So, but yeah,
How many hours drive? Or do you drive there or you fly there?
fly, because flying is an hour and 7 minutes. And driving through the mountains, right? We're going right through Rockies the whole way, just about. You're looking at 11 hours, 12 hours.
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Do you get car sick?
Never.
Is she?
Carol doesn't. Stephanie does if the roads are really winding in the back seat. But Carol's now she's driven. We've went to the Yukon, kind of thing. I've driven with Carol to Mexico from Edmonton,
Wow.
through all the states, and one of those things. So she doesn't. She's really good. The only time I ever got car sick was I was actually in this the same kind of car things you did with the Miata. It was with the cones, and we had to time the pack system in. And one guy who's a longtime Porsche Club member, said, "Hey, do you want to go for a ride?" And I said, "Sure." And we had when we're there, the club always does German sausages on a little hibachi thing, or so they're fairly greasy. So I had one of those, and I got on with him, John Rudolph, and he's a fabulous driver, right? And so he took me through the course as a passenger. When we got back after 2 rounds, I thought I was good. I could barely keep it in me because it was just hitting brakes, flying, and he had a pretty quick car, and I just said, "Wow, I could never do this as a passenger." So I did a little chit chat, and he says, "I got to go catch up on some things, guys. I'm gonna escape." And I was like, went home. It wasn't too far away, and I was like puking my guts out. So
hearing that story makes me nauseous.
But in a car, yeah, never. Like I've done, 300 kilometer an hour, 200 mile an hour.
Move your finger, please, sir.
Jeepers, yeah. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done 200 mile an hour runs and incredible G-forces as you're trying to brake and turn and stuff like that. And I'm good. But if I'm driving, if I'm a passenger, nah.
So grease doesn't help when you're static.
Oh, German sausages. I don't think I've ever had one since then. That's a decade ago. So
I get car sick. I've gotten car sick driving before.
you do? Really?
Yeah.
But are you why? Because you're talking to your phone.
No,
Are you paying attention?
No. This is pre-phone. I remember being pre-phone and I was in a car by myself and I got car sick.
Holy. But do you like on a plane, if you read or
No.
do your phone, no problems?
No, I can't. I don't read. I can read a little bit on the plane, but I can't read in a car.
Yeah, in a car I can't either. That's just doesn't work. But on a plane, I'm everything, right? So wow, okay, that's odd. So yeah, when I'm trying to convince you and Mama Grace to come up in the spring, we would leave from here, go to Jasper National Park, see some incredible wilderness, and then work our way, some of the highways. It would be a trip of a lifetime. The highway between Banff and Jasper is about 130 miles, and it stays at the alpine levels. There's snow. It's just beautiful.
We're
Yep, you have to see it. Your mom has to see this part up here. So
What's the speed limit up there?
it's not quite like maybe in the US. So the fastest that you can go on the highways here are about 70 miles an hour, 70, 75. We never went down to 55 like you guys had for a while, but yeah, they're decent roads, but still. And once you're in BC, many of them change to 50, 55 just because of the mountains and stuff. But
And how much is gas?
gas right now is ridiculous. It's about $1.30 a liter Canadian. So let's say $1. It's just about $4 a gallon.
Oh,
We're right behind you.
that's inexpensive in the Bay Area. There's one California gas station that's got $6.50.
Wow.
Just one
Oh,
out in the middle of nowhere. And in Mendocino, it gets to be about 5.85, but it's in the $5 mark in San Francisco right now.
yeah. See, it was $2 or so in the summer, but because it's OPEC, right? Or the pricing for West Texas, when it goes up, we're in Alberta. There's more oil here that it's arguably the second, but at least third largest reserve in the world. There's enough oil forever here because it's the oil sands, and but it's market price, right? So, up it goes. I mean, and that's fine. It's harder here for electric vehicles because of the weather. When it's -40, like today, this morning it was Fahrenheit. It was probably about -5, in that range, and it's decently warm right now. But when you get batteries down to -20, -30, -40, um, there's a little bit of a concern with that. But electric cars are making their way here, so Teslas are popping up. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So, but
They're very I feel like I'm in I don't know. I've I've ridden in a few different electric cars. And the Tesla, I feel like there's nothing in it, like except this big screen. And
yes,
and then the door, you have to press the door to open it, and I keep pressing the window instead of the door. And then the seat heats up really nicely, but as a car itself, I don't know. Jury's out on it for me.
You know what you ought to do? Put a baseball card in the spokes of the tire so it makes that noise. It feels like.
well, I test drove a performance car, like electric, because when I was swapping or changing vehicles out this year, they were trying to convince me. And so what I did is I said, okay, and it's pretty pretty wild, fast, crazy car, right? And all electric. And so when I came back, the first thing he said, "What did you think? Was it cool?" And I said, "When I was 6 and I played with, we called them dinky toys, but the little Hot Wheel cars in the dirt, I'd make these roads, and then I would have to make like sounds. So to make you, I said." That's what I felt like I had to do in the vehicle. Like I'm back. It's like I'm now back into my childhood, making noises. And Tesla will have soundtracks for some noises to hear inside. Where it's just, I'm not there yet. I understand the climate, and I
It's
want
great. I
it
mean,
to get better.
but I just don't think they're really car like great car quality, like
No,
the lights, I've seen them where they're fogging up on the inside, and I don't know. I like quality when it comes. I mean, I have an old car. I love my old car, but I've driven really old Mercedes and old, like, not gonna fall apart cars kind of thing. But
yeah, yeah.
I have a
I'm a
Honda
car.
Civic. Had it for 20 years. I love my Honda Civic. It's not
Yeah,
going
I'm a car fanatic. So I've always been about cars since I was a kid, reading, racing. I should have been a car salesperson or a dealership guy or something, but I've loved cars. So I read every magazine, every report on everything. I buy consumer reports on the latest vehicles just because I love cars. So I read about the Teslas and the people that I know. It has very poor production. So everybody has an issue. There's always something wrong. Window doesn't go all the way up. Door handle sticks. The dash thing comes off. Moldings are loose. Fabulous car for everything else, but the fit and finish, it doesn't reflect the car that costs that much. It's very
I feel like
expensive.
I'm in the movie Sleeper when I'm in it.
Hmm.
It's like, whoa. And
But
maybe think of something on a car, and I don't remember what. Anyway,
So what do you
but you
drive?
don't. What's that?
does
What
he
do you
drive?
what do you drive if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, right now because it's got 2 feet of snow. I'm driving. Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, she's mad because she has a Grand Cherokee, so I'm using that. I have a GMC 4x4 pickup truck as well, and then RAV4, and then Jag F-Type.
There we go. I was waiting for the performance car.
Normally, I was a 911 guy for 30 some years, and then I switched to the F-Type V8 all-wheel drive, and love it to death. So noisy as hell. This year was nuts. Like I don't like the attention part, but for some reason this thing was driving. I mean, even Carol was embarrassed. I think sometimes, like the weirdos, like one guy who raced up, he had no shirt on this busy, like it's just about Hollywood Boulevard, like where all people. He has no shirt, and he runs up, and he's kind of like half drunk, and he's like, "That is the most effing." He said the word as loud as he could, "Sexy car," and he was like, "Ah," screaming as loud as he can, and all. I want to die with that stuff. But it's just I'll do it until my body says can't, or my brain says I can't keep up. So, and but anyway, that thing's under a blanket and stored because I can't drive it till April now. So
yeah, enjoy it while you can. That's what they're for.
How's the bird spa?
Busy as heck.
Is it their lineup?
Carol's like saying line up. So because it's the only open water now within like miles, right? Unless some heat pipe is melting something, they're all there and they're all waiting. It's flickers. Do you guys get northern flickers? Do you know what that is?
The Aurora Borealis?
No. It's actually a bird called a northern flicker, F-L-I-C-K-R.
I like the name.
Oh my God! If you take a look at that bird, it's like a magpie size. If you have magpies in Chicago too. Northern flicker. It is the most gorgeous bird in the planet. They're all lined up in the morning drinking. It's not really woodpecker based, but they'll eat ants and whatever. And then we have the magpies are piled up, and then the sparrows and millions of these red-breasted type birds, juncos. So yeah, everywhere, the entire blue jays, you name it, everywhere and anywhere, they're here.
During the winter, do you guys have hawks and eagles and stuff?
Most of the hawks go down south, so we have like the large owls, right? That hang around. Not so much in my part. I'm really worried. I have a little dog that's 5 pounds, so I'm always paralyzed in fear. Like it's even now with the coyotes, we have a screen, we have a door that opens up, and you can pull a screen to close it for the summertime. So it's -20, -30, and I'm keeping the door open 8 or 10 inches, just like opening the coldest freezer in the century, right? And we do that to listen, and I'm always worried about these predators.
That jacket for dogs? It's a coyote jacket.
Oh, like a Kevlar thing or something?
It has spikes on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, spikes around it. But I learned this about the flicker. Like other members of the woodpecker family, flickers, also known as flicker birds, are considered lucky birds, are associated with friendship and happiness, and the Hopis see the flicker as a directional guardian associated with the South.
Wow, okay, cool. That's fabulous. Yeah, they're such a beautiful, like the northern flicker's got all these colors, and then we get the pileated woodpeckers, which is the really big ones with the red. They're really big. They look like vampires when you see them out of the corner of your eyes, like because they're all black with this giant red. And they're small. They're hawk size, just about, these woodpeckers that come in. And then the ravens, and then the next is all the crows that come in. But it's the water. A person from the Audubon Society that has a bird store, they're all in their 80s and older, and I go there just to talk stories about stuff that they talk about, birds they see. He told me when I was trying, I said, "What's the best seed to attract?" And he said, no, just get this water fountain, this heated water fountain. That's all you need. Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, I just found that there's a couple of different coyote. There's a vest that you can get. It has these whiskers on it, but these other ones it's a coyote spike vest. Ooh, and it comes in the pink color.
Coyote, I'm definitely going to look at that, because
I'm not going to suggest where you can buy it, but you can find it. But
yeah,
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link now.
Is it somewhere in the jungle that you can buy it?
No, you can buy it, that place that everybody goes to.
Yeah,
online.
Somewhere in the jungle.
Oh, I hate that place.
Yeah. That's the first thing Carol said. She hates that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't say it. But there's other places to get it. But I don't know where else you can find a pink one. Pink one is pretty bomb.
I kind of want one just to wear on my own.
It's pretty awesome. Coyote.
Wear it to the punk music
They
club.
call them, and then there's different. Oh, you can get it from you can get it from Chewy,
Okay.
but you'll see it. It's pretty groovy.
Yeah, I need that.
Protection.
Give her a little bit of protection, and the hawks won't. They'll have a thing or two coming if they try to land. We, like I say, right now the owls. It's too cold for most of the hawks. There's a little pigeon hawk, so I'm always trying to intercept it and scare the daylights out of it so that it doesn't come on the little birds that I'm feeding everywhere. I know it's circle of life. I keep getting lectured on that in nature, but I'm trying to make it a hawk-free zone in my backyard and no birds of prey allowed. So.
Here's another one that's really cute. It's on Etsy, believe it or not.
I just bought something from Etsy, so okay, cool.
There's been a couple of videos I've seen over the years talking about the hawks where somebody has like their little dog on the picnic table.
Don't say
it. I know, I'm frightened of that. I did the same thing.
What I just posted on Facebook, you'll see it's super cute actually. It's
okay, cool.
Look at me, pet speed. It's this little spiked, cute hawk deterrent vest. When Lillian was a little girl, that happened, and we were puppy, and we were in the grass. She was like 3 weeks old, and we're just in the grass, and everything's great. And I'm like, wow, look at the hawk. Wow, look at the wingspan on that hawk. Wow, look at eyes. Well, look at oh, and I jumped over her and crazy.
Oh,
Felt it.
Yeah.
They are very. There's a lot of bills on here tonight. Not that I owe anybody anything, but I will send you. I think I sent you. Did I send both of them to you? I did.
Yeah.
I posted one and I sent one. The pink one is pretty cool. Coyote vest.
Yeah. We don't understand, like Edmonton doesn't get it, what's happening, but these coyotes are exploding in the city.
They're like,
yeah. And the ones up here are the ones up north, they get bigger as you go up north. They're close to German Shepherd size. So, and you're starting to see 2 or 3 of them, but yeah, you could go anywhere in this neighborhood somewhere, and we're in the city, you'll see these coyotes, right? So that's just
like you're in a disco or something.
Are you getting coy wolves? Is that maybe what you're seeing?
What is it?
Coy wolves, because I know that wolves have been breeding with coyotes.
You know what? Up here, yeah, we have wolves. Like even Carol's farm and the areas, up north of here have wolves. So wolves, cougars, bears, and even grizzly bears are all within, quick drive from here, right? But the pack of wolves up here that are still doing the caribou and all those type of animals, they kill any coyote. When you see no coyotes, there's a pack of wolves for the most part. So, but you're right. There is that combination. So that happens.
There was a coyote at the ranch the day before I got there. Lillian can't. I don't let her go out by herself anymore at the ranch. Yeah,
I'm even scared for Carol because they've attacked people here, and even one of Steph's schoolmates, within 2 or 3 blocks from here, the coyote entered the yard, and him and his other friend, they were just like young teenagers, had to defend themselves with sticks. This thing wouldn't leave. Were they grade 3 at the time? Wow, that's a long time ago. But yeah, they were trying to attack them. So, and even when we were camping, there was coyotes, trying to open tents and dragging people out of there, like a coyote up here dragging people out of their tents, right, to grab at them. But we took their land, right? Apparently, so.
They must have been pretty hungry because they normally won't. They see a human, they will normally go the other way.
Yep. Well, now with the weather being cold and the mice, if there's enough snowpack, the mice are deep, and so it's harder for them to get food. So now now they come into the city, and we just moved to those bins. You know how you roll those bins out? That only happened for us 3 months ago. So prior to that, it was like everybody would drag their 50 bags of garbage to the street, and so it was a free for all for all the birds and
Oh, that
whatever.
seems like such a Canadian thing to have.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, just I don't know what took Edmonton so long. So it was like to have you have unlimited black, like the black garbage bags, which is anything you want. You could put 40 out there and they have to pick it up, right? So,
Really?
you know, people would put a stool in there, they put anything like just to get rid of it. But now it's the other way around. And working like Carol's always been a huge everything. Like she gets mad because she'll go through the garbage and say, "Did you throw this cap from this bottle in there?" And like she'll take it out, wash it, and put it away. Yeah, you're that bad. Everything. I'm like, you know, like not that I get lazy to clean out certain things, but I'm like, okay.
You guys
So
have recycling programs up there?
100%, yeah, always recycling. So anything, and they pick up as much as you want. You can put 50 bags out of blue bag recycling, and they take everything. So
Cool.
hopefully they don't just dump it in the landfill, but yeah, we do have good recycling, compost, everything. Like I was ready to order here it's cubic yard meter, but a cubic yard of compost because the city gives it to you for really low price. And then I was reading the, you know, like this thing, and it said something like 80% of it is human waste, and I'm like, I don't think so. Like from the Clover Bar, I guess, you know, it's good, but I'm like, okay. But
Julie Lewis, I just wanted to tell you I didn't open your card yet because it was so pretty. But Julie Lewis sent me a beautiful card, and I'm going to open it right now. And she's still here. Thank you. So nice to talk to your mom for a bit. If she finds, oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you. I did. The other one has not been found. I think it like disintegrated. So, what a beautiful card. Thank you.
wow, Julie's such a nice person.
He is a nice person. You're all nice people. That's why we hang around each other. But I think I'm going to go. I need to go give Lillian a bath, and it's midnight. So I have to get the hair dryer together, and I put a towel in the dryer while it's, you know, she's in the bath. The towel's being heated, and it's a whole
Oh
thing.
my God. That's what Carol did with Steph when Steph was little.
Put it in the dryer. I do that with Lillian when I take her out in the car.
And for 40 years, have you ever brought me a warm towel?
No.
Yeah, no, I know.
Put in a towel in the bar.
I
Okay.
put the towel for her into the bath or into the dryer, and I go out and start the car. Then I go back in the house and wrap her up in this because she's like
Oy.
in the summertime she likes to be in the dryer towels. So I just wrap her all up in that, and the car is blasting heat, and then I put her out there, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And she's like, Mom, why aren't we in Mexico right now? I'm like, sorry.
Oh, wow, shock. And the towel wrapping with my little dog Zoe, she goes with me everywhere if we're going somewhere like safely, right? But to bring her from here to think, she's like, I gotta fight. She's like, you know, gets upset. She wants to get out of my hands. She wants to run wherever we're at. But all I do is wrap her with a towel, like a little cocoon, and she's instant quiet, just looking peaceful, doesn't breathe. I can walk around a block with her, and she's just like, But if I hold her without being wrapped in a towel, she wants to get out of my hands, get down, and start running. So
she like just Lillian has spider legs. She just can get her leg back here. And I'm like, but yeah, she likes the heat, so I have to go heat up the towel.
right. Well, I'll let you get to the bath, and thank you guys for letting me on.
Thank you, and congratulations again for winning the first 11.
Oh, I can't believe it. I want to thank like my wife for being there for me, and I'll also get that out of the way first. And I want to thank Jenna, you know, for her support.
There, Carol, yesterday, Carol, we missed you, seeing you. We thought maybe you'd be at the mall, but and I thought maybe you'd pop on later. But I'm just so grateful for both of you, and thank you so much for being a part of this. And
yeah, she was the tourist on the screen, so But if I was there, yeah, I may have had her video me if she was there while I'm on one of these rides. But next
No, it
time,
was
next
great
fun.
being front and center, right in the front of hey,
Yeah.
Michael, at the front. So,
Yeah.
do you have a letter for me, please?
T for Michael Teach, I guess, because I felt bad that I took part of his time yesterday.
No, in fact, Teach is going to be our guest next Thursday on the Conversations with the Creatives. A week from tonight, tomorrow
Okay,
night,
I'll look forward to that.
Michael Teach will be here. Yeah.
Look forward to
But
that.
he and Patty met. That
I
was like,
know.
I know. I'm thinking.
It's,
I'm
that's it.
waiting. I'm waiting for someone to meet. I'm waiting for the meeting of the romance to meet on. So I have this. Let me ask you. I have this box, brand new, not even unpackaged. It's the Sopranos. What do you call it?
Trivia game.
Trivia game. Should we
Oh,
play
nice.
Sopranos trivia on the show, or should I can sell it for $5?
Play it on the show, and each person has to. Well, I don't know if gambling's allowed, but $5 to play in, like, and have 6 people playing at once, and then the pot goes to you, and then sell the game, or let someone buy it.
The pot could go to whoever wins. We could play a different, for every 5 questions. Well, we might get in trouble for gambling on the meta.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if it's just an ante in, and and then it could be $5 if you do a dumb move, or if you roll a 0, or a 1 or something like that, you can add up
We
pretty
could do
quick.
it beforehand. Hey, tomorrow night we're playing Sopranos.
Just say that you're playing for candy.
Not what's the other thing? What's the other thing? Cannolis.
Cannolis, yeah, no.
Well, we were not playing for cannolis, but that day we could place our bet somewhere else.
That's it for sure. Well, like I say, hopefully Patty and Mr. Teach can speak, and maybe it'll get to that point. You hang up. No, you hang up. You hang up. Sorry, Patty. Sorry, guys.
Well, I asked her to call him. She said no, and I go, "Come on, Patty, call him." He wasn't saying no.
Yep.
He seemed rather interested.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cool, but
That'd be cool. Well, I happy Thanksgiving. I
thank
know
you.
it's not your Thanksgiving, but I will be back here tomorrow morning with Michael Keel, and then tomorrow night will be Thanksgiving, and we can all eat our favorite sides or desserts. It's tomorrow night's show.
Nice.
So
Nice.
if you guys have a nice dinner tomorrow night, save a little of something, and maybe it's a Nutella type thing.
Yeah, it probably would be. So not for Carol. She hates Nutella, but
All right. Well,
all right.
here I go. Here I go. Thank you, Rob Morocco. Thank you, Carol, too. And you, Joe Velez. Everybody here. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And because it's 12:10, it is Thanksgiving now. It is Thursday, November 25th, and here we go. Not making a fit, so stay healthy and be real nice. And hold your doggies in a blanket once or twice. Have a great day today, have a great night tonight, and everybody have thoughtful thoughts, teachable words, and a true heart. Good night, Zoe. Love hard, everybody.
Thank you. Take care.
Real hard. Bye. Good night. Mwah.